Hello everyone, welcome to another video. I recently discovered another sketchbook where I found a lot of drawings that I did back when I was 19 years old, and I thought that it would be really fun to redo one of the characters there and to see the gap in skills between the 19 years old me versus the 29 years old me. While you see the process for the new design I did, I'll talk a little bit about what brought me to the place that I am right now and the key moments and lessons that helped me develop my skills. Let's begin. So I've always loved animation, and I always used to say that I wanted to work in studios like Pixar, Disney, and DreamWorks. Unfortunately, going to school to study animation can be really expensive, and even though my parents always supported me, we didn't have a lot of money for that. So when I asked them about studying animation, they told me, well, we don't really have the money for a school as expensive as that one, maybe you can try another one. However, if you really want this, show us. Take action and do something about it, and we will get the money somehow. When I heard that, I was really disappointed, because according to my perception, I was drawing all the time. Now I understand. I mean, I was drawing twice a month for around 2 hours, and that's nothing at all for someone that wants to work in animation. Also, now that I look at the situation from another point of view, I should have been happy, because they never said no. They always supported me and gave me everything that I needed. They just wanted to teach me that if I wanted something, I would have to put the effort and work for it. I was just lying to myself, thinking that I was doing more than what I was actually doing. Anyways, 3 years passed and nothing really changed. Until someone that I knew invited me to a conference that changed everything. I'm from a small city in Mexico called Ensenada, where nothing related to animation happens. So this was a really unique opportunity for me. The point is, I went to this conference and there was this guy who worked at Disney explaining how it was possible to work in the animation industry and the things that we could do to get a job doing what we love. Until that point, I thought that even though I love animation and that's what I wanted to do, it wouldn't be possible for me to be able to get there. I mean, I was a kid from a small city, far away from everything and everyone related to animation. I didn't think it was possible, so why even bother? I created this wall for myself to justify why I shouldn't try. Why put in the hard work if nothing is gonna happen? Anyways, this was the first time that I actually believed I could do it. And this was the first time that I actually tried. I started looking for scholarships, I tried to draw more often, and I kept talking to my parents about it. I started to look for ways to change my chances. Then, an opportunity arose where I participated in a contest for a scholarship at a school in Canada, and the possibility to go there seemed plausible. How crazy is that? Things started to happen when I changed and actually took action. Oh, I forgot to mention, I didn't win a full scholarship, but I got a partial one. I'll tell you more about it in another video. The important part for now is that I had the chance to take the opportunity and go to study what I love. This is the moment where I realized that believing in yourself is not this cheesy and dreamy concept that people tell you so you won't be sad or lose hope. It is about understanding that you have in some way or another control of your own life regardless of the circumstances you are. You might be able to improve them just a little bit or accomplish things that you never expected to accomplish, unlike when you don't take any action because you don't believe it's possible. Finally, the 4th year, I arrived to Vancouver and I was studying what I love. This is the second breaking point for me. After studying for a while with my classmates, I realized the amount of work that I actually needed to do in order to improve and work in the industry. I saw a lot of my classmates working a lot more than I was. I have to say though, I had different priorities at the time and I don't regret it. Also, I'm not saying that I was lazy. I was actually drawing all the time, everywhere. But, and this is the important part, I was practicing all the time, but I was drawing without any purpose. I wasn't practicing things that will make me a better animator or character designer. I was just putting the work without any particular thought behind it. After a year of classes, I graduated and, not a surprise, I wasn't in a level to get higher. So I finally had to sit and think, what was the reason behind that? In my perspective, I was working hard, so why? Well, this was a question that I had for a few weeks until I discovered Schoolism and I started to watch some videos on YouTube about how to improve your character design, your drawing skills, blah blah blah, all of that. The common thing in all these classes and videos that kept popping out was about working in the fundamentals of art. When I heard about this, something clicked. Finally, something made sense. I realized that I was practicing the wrong things for years. Almost 5 years so far had passed. Even the last year at school, where I practiced a lot more than any other year, there wasn't a big jump in my skills, not proportional to the amount of work that I was putting. At this moment, I understood that I needed to think of specific things while drawing, and that there was this thing called fundamentals that I needed to learn. And so, if I started practicing, something will change. I started practicing, and not long after that, I started to see some improvement. And after 9 months of this, I got a job in the animation industry. Then, for 3 years, I kept practicing after work. I stopped going to a lot of parties, I stopped playing so many video games, and I stopped procrastinating. This is the most important one. After this, little by little, I started to see an exponential growth. I started to notice that I could draw the ideas that I had in my mind without stressing out because drawing wasn't working. Thanks to that, now I'm able to draw what I want to draw, and if I can't, I have all the tools to help me do it. The 8th year was the big last lesson for me. I noticed that I started to compromise my health and my relationships because I was really obsessed with improving my craft. Because of this, I had to sit again and think, what are my priorities? I realized that even though I love drawing, I really do, I want to do it for the rest of my life, I want to keep learning, and I want to inspire people with my work. However, in order to be able to do it, I needed to do it in a more balanced and healthy way. Before, drawing was my priority number 1, then relationships, then health. After thinking about this, I decided to make health my priority number 1, relationships priority number 2, and drawing number 3. You might think that this made me draw less than when drawing was my priority number 1, and that might be true sometimes. But I feel more productive now. Maybe because I'm not tired all the time. Maybe because I'm happier when I start drawing. Maybe because my back is not hurting. Maybe all of it. Who knows? What I can say is that thanks to finding that balance in my life, I'm more consistent, I'm more productive, healthy, and happy. Alright guys, that's 10 years of my journey. I really hope you like it. I hope this is helpful in some way, and if it is, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing so you can see more of this content, and don't forget to leave in the comments below if you have any questions or suggestions about what do you want me to talk about in the next video. Alright, I'll leave you with the rest of the video and have an amazing day. you.